Aloha everyone, this is Shiloh again. Just wanted to do a little opportunistic video since I was just looking around in the yard after we had that crazy rains past day or two. And I was walking over here and I noticed something didn't look quite right. I was like, oh wait, this branch looks broken. And sure enough, it's just barely dangling on. I don't know how long it's been here like this, and it's pretty skinny. If it was any smaller, it wouldn't even be worth trying to do anything on, and even now it's kind of questionable since this is like new growth at the end here. But I figured, well, let's try and micrograft it or something. I could try and do cuttings, but I'm not 100% confident that that would take. Even with the micrograft, I don't think it'll have that much of a chance of taking, but essentially I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So I have this like, I don't know, $20, $15 toad or whatever. This one's kind of cool because it has this gasket around that lid, this blue part, and a lot of different projects in here. Most of them didn't take, but this one here you can see. I'll pull it out. So this is just to keep a super high humid environment for these micrografts. If you see these ones here, they're very, very skinny, and they're too small to actually wrap with the buddy tape. So I just grafted them on, put them in that high humidity. You can see the new leaves coming out. These are Novak's cauliflower. So I was looking to see if there's anywhere I can graft it on here, but these failed grafts here, they just are dead all the way down, so those can't be grafted onto again. I should actually snip those off while I'm here before I forget. So let's try and do this here. Yeah, initially I was just going to graft it back onto this guy, but just cleaning my shears with some alcohol. Sorry again about the barking dog. Really hates me. But I'm going to snip that off. This other one, I'm going to snip this one off too, so that it doesn't just rot the tree. And then this graft up top, it's probably not going to take either. This is my first attempt at grafting this particular tree, so I'm just going to snip that off too. You know, it's still kind of green. It might have taken, but it's been in there way too long to have been successful. I'm going to leave that on for now in case that ends up being a graft spot. But I'm going to put them back in their home. And then this here is the rooted cauliflower Novak. I think it's drying out and not doing so well, but just let it stay in there. I think all the other ones in here didn't work either. Yeah, these all failed. But I could probably graft it onto this one, but it's a little risky, I would say. And this one's just dead here. You can see where it's growing new growth out of it. So that one's not going to work. And then this one's not going to work. So I should probably cut those off. So yeah, it's still dead right there. I think this whole branch is dead. Let's graft something bigger onto those, but it can just sit in there for now. So let's get the specimen. My yard is just a swamp right now from all the rain. I'm just gonna snip it off to those set of leaves. And just snip the end off. See if it's still green. Looks good. Okay. So since I'm doing a micrograft, I'm gonna probably leave the leaves on. But I'm gonna cut them back. I guess the reason they do this, or I'm doing this, is so that it can still photosynthesize, but it won't lose as much moisture through the leaves. This top part, I probably shouldn't keep on. I'm on the fence about it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this off here. I'm sure it's not, I mean, in focus, but so I'm gonna need something to graft it onto. It's pretty thin. Let's see if any of these are similar. This one on the outside actually looks pretty close, so we'll just try that one. This one would work too. Since this one's got a little thing next to it, it's going to make it kind of annoying, so I'm going to try and do this one here. See if I can even do this on video. So normally you would wrap the scion up, but since it's a micrograft, I think I'm just going to cut this whole top part off. Yeah, I'm going to cut this part off. Since it's not like hardened wood, I'll throw it in my little rooting section, and if it takes, it takes. So let's prep this guy. We'll just do it further up here. And then this will continue growing. Let's see if that works. Or I'll just go, if that doesn't work, I'll just go further down. So we'll cut this part off. And then instead of using a grafting knife, since I need to sharpen mine and it's not quite gonna cut it, I'm just gonna use a razor blade. I haven't done it with a razor blade before, but I figure it shouldn't be too much different. So first I'll just see if I can even do this. Try and reposition it in a way, make it easier to see. So I'm going to cut this has two ways. I'm going to cut it vertical here so it has a little bit wider pad to sit on. Can't even really see what I'm doing, so. Cut there. This is very sharp, so don't cut yourself with it if you try and do this. And this looks like it is thicker, so I could go further down actually. I'll try it up here first. So it does curve this way a little bit, but let's see. So I'm going to cut it this way. Sorry, it's really hard to see and film it at the same time. It's just one of those things you just do it carefully and slowly so you don't cut yourself or ruin your material that you're working with. So now I'm going to just level it off. I think it might work. So we're definitely dealing with a thinner rootstock than the scion. Question is, should I do it there or just go down further? Well, I don't like the way it's shaped, so I'm just going to go down further. So I'll carefully set this down without getting it dirty. And cut this back. Grab your razor blade. Putting minimal amount of pressure on. Lose my fingers right there, and it'll slice right through my finger if I break through the wood quickly. Now let's try and get this guy to fit in here. Yeah, it looks like a better fit there. And now the fun part. Try and wrap that up. So I'm just going to break these little branches off that are in my way. And grab a piece of buddy tape. re-stretch it a bit. It's very delicate working with these micrografts. I'm just getting the bottom part kind of attached. And then I'm going to start stretching it. So I'm just making sure to support the scion before I do any sort of stretching on the buddy tape. Same thing, and just kind of taking my time. I'm sure I'm like the slowest grafter when it comes to this stuff, but I just want a high success rate more than anything. So since it's going to be in a humidity dome, it doesn't have to have buddy tape all the way up, but you definitely want to make sure you have the union wrapped pretty good without disturbing it while you're doing it. Going up and then down, going back up again. Now that I have it kind of wrapped, I'm going to do more of a stretch on it. This branch that broke off is a Grimal seedling. So it's not like it's anything super rare. I just figured it's more of a practice thing. Practice on the ones that aren't rare. And then by the time you need to do the real rare stuff, you feel more confident. And hopefully you're more successful. Just doing the final wrap. Oh, I pulled it too far. It's my signature there, breaking the tape. I use this last little bit just to go over the part I just broke. Hopefully I kept it in place, in the right place when I did that, because too late now. So I have this guy grafted onto this little baby rootstock. And I should probably mark it what it is, but I don't have a pen with me. So we'll just have to remember that for now. And I have a couple other stalks in here that I could do a graft onto, but I'll just let this one go for now. Try not to test my luck out too much. And that was just with this first time trying a razor blade. I figured it would be pretty sharp, and with a micrograft you don't really need to have a good handle with it since it's so thin and soft, the wood at that point. And then now it's just gonna go live in here outside of the sun, kind of in the shady part of the yard. I twist it this way since the sun I have it placed is going to hit here, so that hopefully these leaves will catch a little sun. Just keep it going. And just seal it up. Put it back where it belongs. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This time I managed to make it a little bit shorter. It's not an hour long. But down here is like the shady part of my yard. And then I just have this kind of sitting here so that it doesn't really catch like direct sun. Since the sun kind of rises over here and goes over there, it catches a little bit. But if you had this out there at all, you're just gonna torch it. The temperature inside is just gonna rise and rise as the sun hits it and bakes it on the inside. So a little more shade is better. These can handle pretty heavy shade when they're young, especially when they're recovering. So I would try that if you're ever gonna do a cutting or a micrograft. I'm not sure if I had a regular graft over in this side, if it would dry up or work. So since the anomaly and other things tend to do well down here, I think just a medium amount of shade with very little direct on light will be the best. But with more experience, I'll figure it out. This yellow is putting out a lot of new growth. I'm excited on that. And I have my first Jaboticaba flowers started. I can show you that before I leave, since this is something I thought was going to happen. And I was staring at it. You can see the red leaves on this while I'm on my way over there. So, because I was staring at the new growth and I was like, that might be a flower and not just a new. So I was looking here, I was like, oh no, dang, it is just growing bigger. And then I see these guys off to the side, I'm like, hey, those might be flowers. And I look a little further and I'm like, oh, that's definitely going to be a flower. So first for me, Jaboticaba will be flowering. And this I got from Flying Fox Fruits, and not even maybe 3 months ago. So this tall, it's already flowering. So when he says it's close to flower, it's probably close to flower. So enjoy. It got actually pretty cold for us here. It went to like 59 last night. So I'm actually cold for whatever you guys think that is. It's not cold for you guys, I'm sure, but cold for me. I'm too used to the nice weather. But you guys have a good one. Bye.